Have you ever wondered what it would be like to live a life of lies and deception, constantly on the run from the law? In Catch Me If You Can, Frank Abagnale recounts his unbelievable true story of conning his way through life as a fake pilot, doctor, and lawyer before being caught by the FBI. This gripping memoir takes us on a wild ride through Abagnale's daring schemes and narrow escapes, revealing the mindset and methods of a masterful con artist. In this book summary, we'll explore the key themes and lessons from Catch Me If You Can, including the power of confidence, the dangers of fraud, and the importance of redemption. Let's dive in. Introduction. Catch Me If You Can is a memoir written by Frank Abagnale Jr., a former con artist who committed various crimes and evaded law enforcement for several years during the 1960s. The book provides a fascinating insight into the mind of a criminal mastermind who managed to fool people in various professions and organizations, including airlines, banks, and even the police. This memoir is not only a thrilling story of crime and deception but also offers some valuable lessons on fraud prevention and risk management. In this article, we will provide a comprehensive summary of Catch Me If You Can, including the key themes, chapters, and takeaways from the book. We will also evaluate the book's significance and relevance in the current times. Overview. Catch Me If You Can is a memoir of the former con artist, Frank Abagnale. It is a story of a young man who managed to swindle millions of dollars by impersonating different professionals, including airline pilot, doctor, and lawyer, among others. The book takes the reader through the author's personal and professional life, from his humble beginnings to his criminal exploits, and finally, his reformation. The story is a fascinating account of Abagnale's creativity, wit, and charm, which helped him evade the authorities and gain the trust of the people he scammed. The book provides an insight into the mindset of a con artist and highlights the loopholes in the system that can be exploited. It is a story of hope, redemption, and transformation and provides valuable lessons on how to avoid falling victim to fraudsters. The book was adapted into a movie of the same name in 2002, directed by Steven Spielberg, starring Leonardo DiCaprio as Frank Abagnale and Tom Hanks as FBI agent, Kyle Hanratty. Summary of key chapters. Frank Abagnale's memoir, Catch Me If You Can, tells the story of a teenage con artist who, over the course of 5 years, passed over $2.5 million worth of forged checks while posing as a Pan Am pilot, a Georgia doctor, a Louisiana prosecutor, and a college sociology professor. The book consists of 3 main parts, with each chapter telling a different story of Abagnale's criminal exploits and his various escapes from law enforcement. Part 1. The fledgling. In this part, Abagnale talks about his life growing up in New Rochelle, New York, where he ran away from home at the age of 16 after his parents' divorce. He then goes on to describe his first few schemes, including posing as a substitute teacher in his former high school and forging payroll checks. Abagnale explains how he was able to use his charm, intelligence, and good looks to manipulate people into giving him what he wanted. Part 2. The fugitive. In this part, Abagnale describes how he began to impersonate airline pilots in order to travel the world for free. He was able to create a fake Pan Am ID badge and even convinced a uniform supply company to sell him a pilot's uniform. Abagnale then goes on to detail how he posed as a doctor, a lawyer, and a college professor while continuing to write bad checks. Part 3. The catch. In this part, Abagnale talks about how he was finally caught by the FBI in France and spent time in jail in both France and the United States. He then goes on to describe how he was able to use his skills as a forger to work for the FBI and other government agencies to help prevent other people from committing similar crimes. Throughout the book, Abagnale's ingenuity, resourcefulness, and cunning are on full display as he outwits everyone from his own father to the FBI. He also provides insight into the psychology of con artists and the ways in which they manipulate their victims. Abagnale's memoir is both a fascinating account of one man's criminal exploits and a cautionary tale about the dangers of trusting strangers. Some of the key takeaways from Catch Me If You Can include the importance of paying attention to detail, the power of confidence and charisma, and the risks of trusting people too easily. The book also highlights the flaws in the criminal justice system and the ways in which law enforcement agencies can work more effectively to prevent white-collar crime. Abagnale's memoir has been adapted into a movie, a Broadway musical, and a TV series. It has also been praised for its readability and its ability to keep readers engaged from start to finish. Analysis and evaluation. The book Catch Me If You Can is an engaging and intriguing tale that is not only entertaining but also provides valuable insights. It raises important ethical questions and provides readers with the opportunity to learn from the experiences of Frank Abagnale Jr. From an analysis perspective, the book has been well received for its first-person narration, which creates an intimate and compelling story. The author uses humor, suspense, and vivid imagery to keep the reader engaged throughout the book. Additionally, the book highlights the importance of trust, honesty, and authenticity in personal and professional relationships. On the other hand, some critics have pointed out that the book may glamorize criminal behavior and that Abagnale's actions were not justified, regardless of his motives. Furthermore, some have criticized the book for being too focused on Abagnale's exploits rather than exploring the larger societal issues surrounding fraud and deception. The book provides an insightful and thought-provoking perspective on the life of a con man and the consequences of his actions. It serves as a reminder of the importance of honesty and trust, as well as the consequences of deception and fraud. While Catch Me If You Can is an entertaining and engaging read, it is important to consider the ethical implications of Abagnale's actions and to reflect on the larger societal issues raised by the book. Ultimately, the book serves as a cautionary tale of the dangers of deception and the importance of personal integrity. Conclusion: Catch Me If You Can is an entertaining and intriguing memoir of the life of Frank Abagnale, a brilliant con artist and imposter who managed to outsmart the authorities and live a luxurious lifestyle by posing as a doctor, lawyer, and airline pilot, among other things. The book provides insight into the mind of a master manipulator and showcases how even the most sophisticated systems can be compromised by a skilled social engineer. Additionally, Abagnale's redemption story and eventual cooperation with the FBI serve as a reminder that it is never too late to turn one's life around and use one's talents for good. Overall, Catch Me If You Can is an engrossing read that offers both entertainment value and valuable lessons about the importance of trust, honesty, and integrity.
Thank you for taking the time to listen this book summary. We hope you found it informative and thought-provoking. Don't forget to follow DY Books on social media to stay up to date on our latest book summaries and releases. Thank you once again and see you in next video.